Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson on how to learn a song series. Today I'm going to show you how to play the song Patience by Guns N' Roses. This is a classic acoustic song and one of my personal favourites from Guns N' Roses, and this is just a great song because it uses a lot of open chords that most guitarists are familiar with, and it uses a couple of embellishments here and there with these chords to make it a little bit more interesting. This is a great one to play also if you're wanting to find a more interesting song in open mic that not everyone necessarily plays, because it's surprisingly enough, as popular and famous as this song is, I actually don't hear it a lot at open mics. And so this might be a good one to consider learning if you want to do something a little bit different to what everyone else does. And as I said, it's just a great song to learn. It uses a lot of chords that people know how to play, and it uses a different tuning as well. Well, I mean, as in, it doesn't use standard tuning, it uses standard A flat tuning. So basically all the strings are tuned in half a step, otherwise it's pretty much the same as standard E tuning. Everything's just going to sound different because it's half a step down. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this, learning this song. Zoom in on the neck and I'll show you how to play this. So let's break this song down section by section because there's quite a bit to cover in this lesson. But the good news is that there's only a certain number of chords that you need to know to play this song. It's just a matter of knowing how to embellish these chords in order to make it sound like the song, because you can play the song just with these open chords and no embellishments if you want, but it won't necessarily sound like the song. Because part of what makes this song sound like the song is the fact that it uses a lot of these little embellishments that you can just add on to these open chords. If you want it to sound like the actual song, then you're better off learning these embellishments, and I'll go through them one by one. Let's start off by looking at the chords that you need to know for this song. So, and even though we're in standard E flat tuning, I'm going to refer to these chords as though we're in E standard. So although, say, for the C major chord will actually be B major because we're half a step down, B is half a step down from C, I'll refer to it as C just because most people like to associate the chord with the shape, and everyone knows this one is the C major chord shape, so I'll refer to it as C. Same goes to like E, G, D, and so on. The chords you need for the song are C major, G major, and ideally you want to play it like this with the 3-finger version where you've got the 4th finger playing the 3rd fret on the high E instead of the 3rd, but you can play it with the 3rd finger if you want to, if that's easier for you. But if you can, try and use your 4th finger. I'll explain why in a minute. A major, D major, and you also need E major as well. And there'll also be a D major with F sharp in the bass. It's not a necessity, that one, but it will come in useful later on. The song starts off with a progression where we're incorporating pretty much all 5 chords. So the first half, there's sort of 2 sections to the intro though. The first section goes like this. So what we've got here, we've got C, and then we move to G. These are all for 2 bars, by the way, 2 bars per chord. So we have C for 2 bars, G for 2 bars, then we move to A major for 2 bars, then to D for 2 bars, and then you play that again. So the basic strum pattern for that chord progression is down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, up. It's your generic down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. It's pretty straightforward, and you just keep that going for for the pretty much the whole of the song is based around that strum pattern. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down. If you can play that, then you're pretty good for playing just the whole song through with just strumming. But unfortunately, there's a little bit more to the song than that, so hold your horses before you start playing the whole song all the way through. So what we've got here, in the intros, and we've got a couple of embellishments here. So we're not actually strumming the whole drum pattern for each chord just yet. We actually just got for the C, we've got a few more interesting things going on with each chord. So with the C, we've got this. Now, so what this is, we've got strum of the chord, then we do another quick strum again. Just do the lower half of the chord, so it'll be strum the whole chord, then strum the lower end of the chord. And then when you do the first up, you've got you pick the high E string, and then for the next up you pick the B string. So you have this. And then to finish off, you then pick the G string. So that would be. Okay, then the second bar, we have this. Now believe me, it's a lot easier than it looks, believe me. So what we've got here, we've got a pull-off and hammer-on idea going on the B string. So we're starting off with our pinkies going on the third fret of the B string. I'm going to hammer off that finger so that goes to the note here on the first of the B string. And then after we've done that, we're going to strum the chords, but just to sort of the middle section of the chord. You don't have to do the full thing, just do sort of maybe between strings D, G and B. So just get part of the chord to sound out. And then after we've done that, we've got open B string, and then we're going to hammer on with the first finger, like that. So we've got this going on. And the timing for that is, so it's not, it's a little bit more of a delay, so it's and finish off the bar with, which is just picking strings G, D and A. The timing is okay. It's not, it's okay. So altogether that is right. So put those two bits together and we have so that's the C major chord. When it comes to the G, we've got this, which is a similar idea. The first bit's the same as the C chord, but we have strum, strum, then pick the high E and pick the B. You can pick the open G as well. Or you can just do, it's up to yourself, but I prefer to do the three strings, so that's the first bit. Then after that we have this, which is the reason why it's good to have the pinky doing the duty up here on the third fret of the high E, because it makes it easier to do these lick ideas based on the pentatonic scale in the open position. So what we want here, we want first finger on the first fret of B, and then you pull that off to open B, like that. And ideally you want to have your third finger and your fourth finger stay still the whole time on the third fret of high E and low E, okay? That's when you're doing this. So, first finger, first fret on B, and then pluck that off to open. Then you do the same thing on the second fret of the G string with the first finger. And then you do the exact same thing on the D string. Okay? So it's 3 pull-off ideas on strings B, G and D. Oh, did I forget to mention that there's also you also pick the open G before you do the hammer-on idea on the G string, so it's not. Okay, so it's hammer on B, then pick the G string open, hammer on the G, and hammer on the D. Okay, so that altogether would be to the A chord. Again, a very similar idea here. We've got so we have strum, strum, then pick high E, pick B string, then pick G. Then we're going to do this, which is going to be the third finger going up to the third fret on the B string, and we're going to slide that down to the second fret. And you can either pick the string on its own, or you can do a double stop where you're picking the strings B and G, so you get a sort of more fuller sound. And then the next bit is open B string, and you hammer on to the second fret. So first fret B string, slide down to second fret, open B string, hammer on to second fret. Then you do. Okay, so that's. And if you want, you could either do that, or you can slide back up to the third fret again, like. Which is a nice transaction into the D chord, but I'll come to that in a second. So altogether, that the A chord would go. And now on the D chord. Now what we do here is, again, same strum idea for the first half. So strum, strum, then pick the high E, pick the B, then pick the G, and if you want you can also add in the D, so it'll be, so you can either have, or you can have, either will work. And then after that you've got this, which again it's kind of almost exactly the same as what you did on the A, but we're doing it on the high E this time. So it's, so we've got the sus4, and then we're going to hammer off back to the D, and then we're going to play sus2, and then hammer on the second finger onto the second fret of high E, so we get back to the D chord again. So that'll be. And don't forget the strums in between. After you've done the last hammer on, you then do down, up. Okay? Down, up. So it's. Again. The intro, the second section is basically you're doing the strum pattern, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, and the chords are going to be C, and we move to G, back to C, and this time I'm going to go to E major. Got a nice subtle change there. Then back to C again. G. And then we end on a D. Now you can either just play your regular D and just sort of let it hang like that, or you can do what they do in the original track, which is a sort of extension on the D open position. Now what we have here, we have the irregular D, then we have the D sus4, and then we're going to alter our fingering and have this version of a D chord. So what we have here, we have open D, then we have first finger playing the second fret on the G, second finger on the third fret of B, and then we have our pinky up here on the fifth fret of high E. It's a little bit of a stretch, but it's a really cool version of a D chord. And you do that in that order. So D, D sus4, then this D. So now moving on to the verse. The chords for the verse are basically the exact same as the first half of the intro. So we have B for 2 bars, then we have G for 2 bars, A for 2 bars, then D for 2 bars, and then you repeat that again. But we're going to be doing a more of a picking idea. We're using the pick rather than just strumming the chords. So the pick pattern for the C chord is A, D, G, D, B, G, D, G. So again, that is A, D, G, D, B, G, D, G. And you do that twice. And then for the G, we've actually got sort of a more of a bass line thing going on with the G. Now, so what we've got here, we've got first finger on the second fret of the A string. So we're going to pop that note, then we're going to have D, G, D, B, G, and then you play open A, then G, then D, sorry, then G to G. So then you bring your second finger over, play third fret on the low E, and then play D, G, D, B, G, D, G. So altogether that is. And note how there's a pause after you play the third fret on the low E. It's not. It's. Okay. One more time. Same pick pattern for the A chord as we did with the C chord. And then the same for the D chord. Okay, then you repeat that again. Then at the end of it, you do a sort of goes back to the sus4, and back to the D. Then for the chorus, it's actually the same chord progression as the second half of the intro, and you just strum all the chords with the down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up idea. So it'll be C, G, back to C, to E, C, G, D, and then you have this thing going on, which is again embracing the sus2 and sus4 idea with the D. So the rhythm for this is. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, and then we have this. So that's. So each chord change is going to be on an up strum. So it'll be up, 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 up. It's not all down strum, it's going to be on the offbeat, so it'll all be up strums for each chord change. So up, 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 up. And you just kind of add in a few down strums in between. So up, up, down, up, down, up at the end. Up, 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 down, up, down, up. Up, up, down, up, down, up. And then you repeat that again. And then you repeat that bit 4 times. So you do it 4 times in a row. After that, you go back into the verse, which is the same as the first verse. And then it goes back into the chorus again, which is again pretty much the same as the first chorus. The only difference being that the second time around you can add a few little embellishments to the chord progression if you want. So instead of just playing all the chords straight, you can add some wee embellishments in between. And all these embellishments ideas that I just included there are all based on the ideas that I showed you for the embellishments in the intro section. You can just mess around with some of these embellishments and and really create some interesting ideas and make the song more interesting, and they'll all work for this song. Because this song's not really in any particular key, it's kind of loosely based on D major, but it's got, because it's using chords that are kind of not really in the key, it doesn't really apply to a key as such. It's really all the melody ideas are based on each chord individually, so whatever chord is being played, that's the key it's in. So it's now, after that we have the solo section. Now in the solo section, the rhythm guitarist is just playing the chords straight throughout the whole thing. And the strum pattern and chord progression is the same as the chorus. You just play it twice, and then when you get to the outro sort of riff of the chorus, you play that 8 times instead of 4 times, so it's twice as long as you would do it in the chorus. If you want though, throughout the chorus, especially if you're playing this on your own, you can just do your own sort of lead stuff doing. Just to kind of have your own wee solo going on while you're playing the chords. That could work. Finally, we have the outro section of the song, which is quite different from the rest of the song. And this is unlike the rest of the song. This is based on a Mixolydian idea based on the D chord. So we just really have 3 chords going through this entire section. We have D major, and also I should say that the tempo is slowed down as well. So a bar, it's just a bar for every chord, but the tempo is slowed down quite a bit. So instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the speed is slowed down a little bit in the outro section. But it's 2 bars for each chord. So we have D major, and then we have G major. But again, I've played the 3 chord version, and you just go back and forth between those 2. I've been walking the streets at night, just trying to get it right. And if you want, you can add in this D major with the F sharp in the bass. And you can do that for the second bar when you're playing the D chords. So instead of doing you can do it just adds a little bit more to the bass, and that sounds particularly good if you're playing this song by yourself. And this drum pattern is down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up. Down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up. Down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up. Down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up. So we have down, down, down for the first half, down, 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 then up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, down, up. So down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up. Vary it up a little bit as well if you want to. You don't have to just stick to that precise strumming pattern. As long as it's based on that down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up, then you're on the right track. The last little section to cover is at the end of the song, at the bit when Axl Roses is singing This Time and hanging on up to the last section of the melody, is we have this, which is basically just a D, G, which you just hang on and just strum each chord once and then just let it ring out. And then after you've done it on the G, you then have this. Now this is what we've got here. We've got second finger on the 3rd fret of high E, and then we're going to pull off down to the 2nd fret, and then we're going to go to the 3rd fret on the B string. Then first finger goes on the 2nd fret, sorry, of G. So far we have. Then we're going to get a stretch over our pinky and use that to get the 5th fret on the D string, and we're going to hammer off down to the 4th fret of the D string. Then you can either hammer on to the open D, or you can just pick that open and then open A. So that's. And you can let these 2 strings kind of ring out together, so it creates a sort of power chord. That's fine. So altogether that is. And then you end off with D sus2, and then you hammer on to the second fret on the high E, to the D chord. And you can just do a slightly over exaggerated down strum for that chord. So you can, instead of doing, you can do, just sort of let the right hand just drag the strum down a little bit, just delay it ever so slightly. You have your fancy outro for the song. So put it all together and you have your fancy outro to the song. Alternatively, if that's too difficult for you, then you can just hold on to the G and then maybe pick a couple of notes, then move to the D and just do the hammer-on thing. So that's Patience by Guns N' Roses. It's quite a lot to take in for that song, but hopefully you managed all of it, and you could take it away and learn it on your own, and that's a great song to include and have in your repertoire of songs. And stay tuned for the next lesson. I'll be covering another classic song, which is a song by Eric Clapton, Layla, and I'll do it on acoustic as well. It's a great song, so stay tuned for that. Check out my other lessons for more things to learn on the guitar, more techniques, more scales, more chords, and other such good things. And keep on carrying on with your guitar journey and developing your skills. Have fun.